Okie guys, welcome to our segment of Ace Attorney 1 Chapter 5 for Sunday. We did the first little section of the trial yesterday, which was fun. We cross-examined that really fierce lunch lady. She lied a lot. So I'm thinking she's probably gonna go away. We still don't know why Lana is saying that she killed the guy, so she must think that she did. But then that begs the question, how would she think she did it, but not actually have done it?
28 stab wounds.
Indeed. Mr. Wright? Huh? What? Are trials always like this with you? Like you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake, about to reach the surface, but no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there. Pretty much. Except today we're swimming in quicksand. So, what happened to your sister anyway? Apparently she got called off to the judge's chambers. Probably something to do with that piece of cloth. So, this is where we turn this trial around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny, insignificant piece of cloth. I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. Hola, partner. They say you show a red cloth to a bull, it'll fire up its temper. Hey V2 Capital. Yes, this is, a first playthrough. That's what they told me when I was a youngin', at least. Officer Marshall? Thought I'd come take a look-see at how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. They've got the home ranch locked down tighter than a fort in enemy territory. That hard to slip out, huh? What is going on over there, anyway? All the police I've seen the last 2 days have been really on edge. Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example. Officer Marshall? The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf. You don't say. Now, don't that just beat all? I've seen the red breeze blow at her slender neck many a time. I saw it that day, too. She was wearing a red muffler. So did she put it in the exhaust pipe? Is that... After the award ceremony that afternoon, Edward's seen it too, I reckon. What does that mean? In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf. So, Miss Starr wasn't mistaken. Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. And sometimes you just gotta let that bull go where it will. Time will tell. Ugh, I have a bad feeling about this. So, what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright? If it's steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Ooh-wee! I'd like to resume? What's up? The judge keeps looking over at the prosecution. Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue, your lips are purple, you're sweating bullets. That furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. What's more, your eyes are unfocused. You're doubled over. Your back is bent. It can't be. This can't happen. I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth. Well then, I believe it is time we continued on with this trial. During our recess, I had requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation. This is unacceptable. It seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself. Excuse me, knock knock? Who's there? What's with this guy? His strange, stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom. Who the hell is this? Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in. What on earth is he? Ah, it's you! Oh! Oh! Sorry, I'm late, Aji. The roads were packed, it's just me. Long time no see, Aji? How you been? Swim much these days? Hello. No, I've been busy. Busy smizzy, Aji, my boy. You have to make time to relax. Yes, indeed. Aji seems to be his nickname for the judge? I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you? Aha! So you're Righto, the attorney. I've heard good things about you, son. Thanks. So sorry about our little worthy giving you all that trouble, eh? You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. Jolly! Little worthy? Mr. Wright! You don't know the district chief of police. Chief of police? He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district. Name's Gant, Damon Gant. Pleased to meet you, everyone. So, what do we owe this honor today? Been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it? Well, it's worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this. Hey, that's my sister's muffler. So Miss Star wasn't seeing things. Gant is an anagram for Nat. True. But to think that it was stuffed into that exhaust pipe. On Little Worthy's car, no less. Damon Fermando, interesting. Welcome, Esalts. It's really quite embarrassing, even for us. What's this? It's what you'd call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this. Oh, wait, why? Where did that come from? Chief, what kind of outfit are you running? Mr. Edgeworth, how could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? Now, wait a minute, Worthy. I've no desire to hear your I'm telling you to wait. Or didn't you hear me? Have a look at this document where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking the signature, is there, Miles Edgeworth? That's not fair. On the day of the crime, I had your head in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel, but you're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology. What? Are you serious? Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made. This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words. This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. Gah. The court accepts this new evidence, but I'd like to ask the defense a favor first. Yes? Just be sure. I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife. Blade, Your Honor? Well, I don't see why not. Do you open it up for me, I wonder? Yes. Well, I think all you have to do is push that switch and... If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore. Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point it at people anymore. Come on, just hurry up and open it. Oh, I do like when this music plays. Oh. Interesting. It's what was written on that note. There's a small tag on this knife. It seems to say SL92. What does that mean? Oh, I've heard something similar. DL6 or DL6 incident fame? But it's strange. Huh? What is? I'm not certain, but I get the feeling I've seen this somewhere before. Letters like this, or letters that looked a lot like this, somehow. Oh. Ah! Don't scare me like that! I'm the one who's scared. Look at this knife blade. The tip is broken off. This dark red stain. Blood? This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself. I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us about the split between the prosecutors and the police, and this knife? Sure thing. Not a problem, not even a little one. Really? This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department, see? What a mess. The time of the crime, 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not officially linked to this case here, so I can't talk much about it. There was a murder at the police department. A detective? That's hush-hush information, Udgy. We haven't exactly announced it yet. Wait a second. You said 5:15. That's the exact time when Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Order! 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 Anyway, we at the department were all a-flustered, as you might well assume. We're in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? I think we understand the police department's situation. Oh, Mr. Wright? 2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places. So, what if this victim was killed at the police department and not at the attorney's office? Is that even possible? The chances of that are really slim, scientifically speaking, of course. I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness. Very well, however, keep your questions focused on the case at hand. Okay, So, this cross-examination, the whole point is going to be to prove that the note links the knife to the murder of Goodman. Oh. The knife is special. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. Alright. This knife was found on the scene of our crime. I think that makes it connected to the case, don't you? See, there's a lot of things that go on at the department I can't explain. It's delicate, okay? Sorry, Righto. Maybe there's something about the knife that will give us a clue. Let's examine that knife while we can, Righto. Evidence that links this knife to Detective Goodman. I think perhaps the pieces are falling into place. I should try presenting the piece of evidence that's had me stumped all this time. So, how were things down at the department? Alright, well, we'll just present the note. Wait a second. Haha, at last, an honest-to-goodness objection. This knife. This has to have something to do with Detective Goodman. Do you mean? Ha ha ha, an honest-to-goodness what do you mean from Udgy? Oh, this is great. Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92. And this is important. Why? Over here, we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim. What's this? 6 minus 7s. 12-2? Your Honor, it's upside down. The printed name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up. But turn it around and what do you get? 11037. Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down. SL9. That's the same thing that is written on this knife's tag. Order! Order! Well, Chief? Ah, well, I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, Righto. I win? What game is this guy playing? This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. So this knife was stolen? Yes, but on the day of the murder. It was evidence, you say. Was it in fact a murder weapon? Nice, nice, nice. Good show, little worthy. It was a murder weapon, as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved. So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder, and it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car? Hard to think there isn't a connection there. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. Something happened at the police department too, huh? You got a good look in your eyes there, Righto, my boy. Sharp, hungry. So, something did happen, and why wasn't I informed? Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask? No matter, I understand. You were busy. What with Lana's case and all? Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day? On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department. That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Udgy? I'm at a loss for words. And the perpetrator, do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. Just arrested? That was quick. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, Righto? I suppose I could help, if you help me by giving me data on your case. Oh, good one! This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only. Okay, so we know that the victim died at 5:15, so we're not gonna ask when. Where the victim was found, we know that they were at the police department. How the victim was killed is probably what they want me to glean. Well, how was the detective killed? How was he killed? Now that's the interesting part. It was what we in the Force call a stabbing. A knife! A knife? It's exactly the same as Detective Goodman. That's the spirit! We're cooking now! But you know, that's not the only thing that was exactly the same. What do you mean? There were more similarities between the two cases than the cause of death. It seems like I'm going to have to press this a bit harder. Okay. Hold it! 5:15? But that's when Detective Goodman was killed in the prosecutor's office. What? Funny, isn't it? A murder at the prosecutor's place and a murder at our place at the very same time. What are the chances? Coincidence? This is just my gut feeling, but I'd say there's a 0.001% chance of that happening. Chief Gant, please tell us more about the incident. It's not officially linked to this case here, so I can't talk much about it. You say there's no connection. How? Because I'm the chief of police. I can't just say anything I please, Righto. You understand. Try to understand, Righto. Well, if you can prove there is a connection, more power to you. Maybe there is something that ties the two murders together. Whatever it is, I'd better find it and get to the bottom of this. 2 detectives were killed at 5:15. 1 at the prosecutor's office, and 1 at the police department. That can't be a coincidence. And that knife! What was it doing in there? I'd better check this knife out. Okay. So, is there any way I could link this to the case? Okay, we already read that. I mean, he's in the police department. Nothing to get from here, though, huh? Oh, I like that you can zoom. Pretty cool. The word muffler was overheard during a call made to Emma at 5:18. Just like a little on this thing. It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. what would link it? I don't think the parking stub is related. There's a metal plate. Names of previous people engraved on it. On karma. Oh, right. This. It's not officially linked to the case. I don't know if this is what I'm supposed to be countering. It just feels like it is to me. No idea how this plays into it yet. I need to push this again. Let me try reading through his statements again. The time of the crime, 5:15, scary coincidence. Detective was killed in the police department. What a mess. This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence. So we don't know... Man, I'm a little stumped on what I need to do. I really feel like it has to be this. And the game highlighted the locations of the two murders, which makes me think we need to present something that references the police office and the prosecutor's office. Could it be that ID card? It could be, right? I don't think this is relevant. We didn't look at the floor plan again, but I don't think this is relevant to what we're talking about. I mean... the only thing I can come up with... Let's try this. I should save first in case if I strike out a million times. This evidence reveals... Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Wounded by a 4.5-inch knife. A single stab wound was found. Well, now I'm kind of stuck. There's no way I just present the knife, right? Well, that kind of has me out of options. Yeah. None of us follow, it's okay. It's not officially linked to the case, this here case, so I can't talk about it much. Well, I don't have anything that does prove it is, so, you know? We already used the note, so I really don't think it's present the note again. The phone doesn't seem relevant. There's no way it's the floor plans. Why don't I try, repressing everything? Did I press everything? Knife was stolen. The knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. So, I mean, wouldn't that mean that the victim is the one that stole the knife? Maybe that's the angle here. The knife... We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department. What a mess. I mean, should I try presenting the note here? Let's load. Alright, this one's super ambiguous. I'm actually really not sure. The knife was taken by the person that got killed. Maybe it's a different statement that I'm supposed to deal with. I pressed this one, right? There is something that ties the two murders together. This knife was evidence from a case. It was stolen. It was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. The detective was killed at the police department, see? What a mess. Time of the crime, 5:15. So wait, designed by the chief of detectives. So does that mean this guy designed the Blue Badger? Is that going to come up? Goodman's autopsy report, which I think I tried to use against this and it still didn't do anything. Victim's memo found in the car trunk. We already tried using that on a cell phone. There's nothing else to examine on the knife, right? I think we kind of thoroughly went over this. Just a broken blade. And it's got like some marks on it. Yeah, there's really nothing else I can do with it. You believe in me? Thank you, Cash. Yeah, I'm really struggling with this one. This seems like what the game wants me to disagree with, but I can't think of any connection between these things. Aw, hi Aquatic. Happy Sunday for you. Yeah, I'm a little bit stumped, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't want to just brute force this, but I'm not seeing a connection with most of this stuff. Blood. Right, we've read this a couple times yesterday. Five, 8, 4, 9, 1, 8, 9. I can't believe this wasn't it. I kind of thought this was gonna be good evidence, but apparently not. Yeah, we already did this. It's not presenting, but asking questions in an odd order. I have to present though, because none of pressing this stuff didn't give me any. It's not giving me any options. It's not officially linked to the case. So am I really not supposed to be presenting against this? Because I mean, I don't have anything that proves this. Hey Dots. Yeah, I thought that I needed to go against this statement right here, but all of the evidence that even is loosely connected is not working, so I'm just like... I'm gonna just start guessing randomly because everything that I think makes sense didn't work. Well, I tried the note, the autopsy report, the blue badger, that was a throwaway. The ID card, I really thought it would be the ID card, but it's not. And the knife itself. So now I'm just like... Now what? Yeah, no idea. It's the knife! It's the... parking ticket! I do not know. Photo! It's April, May. Cell phone! I've almost presented everything. Is this really not the right statement? Maybe the autopsy report? Yeah, I can't seem to, do anything with it. At least not against that statement. We've entered 3 houses, throw all lost items. Yeah. I tried using the knife against this, actually, and it didn't work, so maybe I need to send it against a different statement? Well, so I know that the tag matches the note, but I don't got anything past that. And I've pulled up the knife a couple of times, and I can't even click anything else. Like, you can click on this, that's it. So yeah. Should I present the notes? I don't get this one. The knife was evidence in a case, it was stolen. It was a bad day for the department, we weren't in any shape to do an investigation. Detective was killed at the police department. I mean, am I tripping? Did I not present the knife here? Nah, we definitely did. They all have cool glasses, I must say. Yeah, he's got cool shades. I really don't think I know what this is, though. I don't see what this is getting at. Found at the scene of the crime, wrapped in the defendant's muffler. Small tag attached. Okay. Tag is right here. Right? Goodman wrote this. Which means it is connected, but I can't seem to be able to communicate that to the game. I tried using the autopsy against this already. It did not work. Paranormal State emote? Oh yeah, we've had that for a minute. Detective was killed at the... I'm starting to think I've been presenting against the wrong statement now, but I think that's mostly because we've tried everything against it. The knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. I have to Reset again. Well, I'm assuming the knife would have been stolen earlier, right? So why would they have not been investigating it if the person didn't die until 5:15? So maybe... I guess we could try to disagree with that. I think I'm getting lost in how contrived this is. Scary coincidence. Hey, Kisan. Yeah, I am currently extremely stumped. It complicates itself for no reason. I don't know. If you guys want to tell me, you can. Because I don't feel like just brute forcing with everything against every statement. But I can't figure this out. I don't understand how this is supposed to be logical in any kind of way. Yeah, I thought so too, Kisoan. I presented basically the entire court file to this, and nothing has worked. Hey, Starberry. Yeah, I tried the autopsy against this. Press the first statement and then the fourth statement, but I've already done that. The knife was stolen. Yeah, this... This is the same dialogue as before, Cash. I don't think it actually matters in what order you press them, to be honest. At least none of the other cases have ever, had that be a thing. Like, pressing can lead to more questions sometimes, but these ones aren't, so I'm just kind of like... I do agree that the 515 thing is suspicious. But I also don't... The only thing relating to time that I have is this, but this doesn't disprove that. 515 is between 4 and 5:30. Yeah, I really don't know. There's this at 518. Yeah, I'm super stumped. Wait, you actually have to press things in a different order? That's so stupid. 1, 2, 3, 4. But I did that before and nothing happened. Oh, I think that is really stupid. How is the player supposed to figure that out? Especially when no other case has ever made you do that? Well, like, here's the problem. When you press these individually, this is the dialogue you get. There is no difference between me doing the first, doing the first and then the fourth statement. I'm getting the same dialogue. So how am I supposed to be able to tell that I'm even going in the right direction? No, nothing about an ID number. Just guess. Alright, someone can tell me what to do, because this is actually pretty frustrating. So, I wanted to use the ID. I've pressed the last statement and I presented basically the entire court record against this because this seemed like what the game wants me to present against. But nothing works. My first guess was this. So... You have to press him until he says robbed from evidence. Yes, so we pressed this. Okay, so after doing that, do you want me to go to the last statement and present? Am I presenting the knife, the memo, or the ID card? Press this? Holy fuck! Where is the gameplay tutorial if this is what you want me to do? Oh god! Alright, Dots. What do I need to do? Because we've been on this for like 30 minutes. When he says it was robbed, you present. Oh. Okay, so... Am I pressing here? Gets a new line? Did I not notice?
Simple mental arithmetic.
Knife was stolen. I don't see another statement. Ah! Where is it? Hello? Oh my goodness! So, okay. This is honestly just annoying because there's never been something like this before, where you need to press in a certain order? And the game's also not telling me that I'm even doing anything in the right direction, which makes this seem like possibly not correct information. So... I've pressed everything once at some point, but now I'm being told that I need to do it in a specific order. He did give me an option, yes. Okay, so wait, pressing this, we can get more information, I suppose. This has to be it. This has to be it. Because there's 3 options here. Where was the victim found? Can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department. Okay, this is it. This is it. The evidence room? Didn't he mention that in his testimony right now? Alright, I think we got this, guys. I think we got this. There's the connection, yeah. Honestly, I forgot that the 3 choices were even a part of a press. I thought it was like before we even got to the cross-examination. There's a connection between the 2 cases. Happy? We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. With the link between these 2 cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify about the details. Oh, I'm still wrong. Oh, press the last statement as well. Chief, the defense position is simply this. The connection between these 2 cases has already been proven. Haha, you don't say. Well, out with it, Rhino. What's your connection? Yes, out with it, Mr. Wright. The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention the victim had on him the case number on the knife's evidence tag. And we also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in the very same evidence room. Indeed, there do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence. You 2 make a good pair. Aw, he knows. It took my men 2 days to find out what you deduced right here. Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet and all. Can we get the information unofficially? Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all. What? Really? Who would have guessed? I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department. Okay? If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Ah, well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly. Oh, well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of it. Give me the ID number. Okay, how about you tell me the victim's ID number? Sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that. Of course not. You won't tell me their name after all. We keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. Number is... the number on the ID that we have. Yep. 5842189. 11037. Well, that's quite long. And we have to remember these. It drives me nuts. 8, 2... I can't do it. What's my ID number? You didn't even get the first number right. Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything? The ID number of the victim at the police department, 5842189. This tells me something. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think. Meaning... it has to be what I think it is. But what does this mean? Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. Say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something. What does it tell you?
Take that!
Witness? What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night. No, it's just, I got confused. And this is news. Got him. Huh? Just come out with both guns blazing, like you always do. The police department, the prosecutor's office. 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here. Oh, is it yours? No, Your Honor, I'm a defense attorney. Remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman. Shame on you, Righto. Personnel IDs are top secret. Detective Goodman's ID number is 5842189. And? This means what exactly? Huh? Wait, that ID number we heard from the chief earlier. That started with 82, I've forgotten. Yeah, I think I was misunderstanding. So, the fact that pressing and then choosing an option after pressing, that's fine. That's totally fine with me. I thought you guys were saying that you needed to press in a specific order, and the game had no way of communicating to the player, like, that you're on the right track. Because if that's what got us through that, I would be pretty livid at this case. But, the way that it ended up working out, I actually think that's fine. We're cool again. We're cool again. But, like, if it was, like, press statement 1, 4, and 3 in this order, it's like, oh, well, okay, if I'm gonna have to do that, then the statements should change and the game should direct you to the next statement so that you know that you're, like, on a path. It wasn't doing that, so I was like, this doesn't seem right. And it wasn't. You just had to press a different statement and then choose one of 3 options, and then that would lead you to blah, 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 blah. The number the chief of police gave us was 5842189.
Objection!
Wait a second, Wright. What does this... Oh, this is actually working out, to be like what I said, isn't it? Where the victim was actually killed somewhere else. Kinda is like that, but it's more in Apollo's stuff when they force you to connect the thoughts together. I mean, as long as the game, like, tells you that you're doing the right thing, I'm cool with that. That's what I want to know. The 2 ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that? Oh ho ho! Sharp as attack, righto. Sharp as attack! But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot. Yeah. Yet, a Detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department. in the evidence room at the exact same time. That's impossible. So what you're saying is the same person was killed at the same time and in a completely different location. Order, 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 Chief, what does this mean? No. What I want to know is, why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's a top secret. Fine. But I'm the prosecutor in charge of the case. Now, just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered. Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait? I said wait. Or didn't you hear me? The oversight, the grave error, Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours. What? How dare? We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you the news. Officer Meekins. Mr. Wright, we have heard that name before. Wait, yeah, the really weird looking dude. You don't mean him? Poor Meekins. Oh, is there a problem, Tom? According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me. He said that the report had nothing to do with the Lana Sky incident. Detective Bruce Goodman murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on the top of the report. Ugh! Why didn't your officer tell me? Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged. In any case, this is a serious error, a gross negligence of duty on your part, Woody. He's actually not wrong. But sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then So weird the way he just stares at you. No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy. What? Now that was the second rule of evidence law, Now what was? Well, Mr. Wright? Huh? Oh, well, it's, Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant? Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list. So, what does this mean? The classic. I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. Connection was just proven by Righto over there. Oh, easy! You can just make Gant's face your, profile picture on Outlook. Good job, Righto, my boy! Huh? I was just doing my job. No. No! So, okay, we need to have a chat with Lana Sky. Who was she stabbing, if anyone? Are we losing the trial? No! We are... This trial is really interesting. There are lots of details that are coming to light. There was a very iconic lunch lady, by the way. Tom, did you see her? This woman? Today is my last day of being unemployed.
Stab wounds.
Oh yay! Congrats on the job! It gets stupid. Uh-oh, one victim, each one of the 28 stab wounds. Trying to frame. Just trying to frame it as me making money to go to Japan as a means to cope. Yeah, why not? You remember this icon? Wait, Tom, did you play the Ace Attorney trilogy? Yeah, Angel Star is good. You've played the first two. Oh, that's right! And you're getting motivated for the next one. Right. It seems we have come to the end of this trial. I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy. What with all those rumors? You were even in the defendant's chair just this past December. I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part. Mr. Edgeworth, please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened. If it's the last thing I do, you'd better get results this time. Really. You have my profound apologies, sir. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. I will grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor, thank you. Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Very well, court is adjourned. Sweet! Nice, and we still have an hour and a half to get going. I am going to quickly go on a stretch break. I will be back in like 2 minutes.
Where are you?
What are you doing?
Hurry! Hurry!
Oh my god!
Hurry, hurry, hurry! Hurry, hurry! Our guests are about to arrive!
Alright, who's making a fuss in my chat? Ifrit? Stretch / yell out loud
No, that's
break?
wrong.
No, it was fine. Okay. So we made it through day 1. I'm assuming that we're gonna go and investigate the evidence room if we're permitted to do so. Mr. Wright, so what's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused. Huh? Well, let's see. What is going on? The victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 p.m. on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot and the police department's evidence room. What's this and the evidence room part? The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car. Well, that's what we're going to find out, or try to at least. Alright, let's do it. Babbles. Happy Sunday, how are you? Glad she's in good spirits, but I'm not sure she's going to be much help with this. Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright. Yeah! We played some Cold Steel earlier, which was great. And now we vibe with Ace Attorney, for the next hour and a half, and then I'm gonna stop streaming. Huh? Look, we're in this together, right? I'll prove that these thick-rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. Let's go. Science awaits us. Goodness, how wonderful. I'm glad you think so. Okay, so we now know that the person killed here wasn't actually Goodman, somehow. You know, I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body found there, who cares? Yeah, it was only our victim who was killed in the evidence room, no biggie. Besides, my sister would never do such a thing, I know it. That oil drum, was it empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming. My sister erasing evidence at the crime scene? Never! Even though she says they don't get along, Emma really likes her. That's not it at all. It's just, we're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her. Big words for a high school student. Well, whether there was blood on the floor or not, the water in the oil drum washed it all away. Ignore the strength of my science at your own peril, Mr. Wright. Huh? What's that grin for? This situation calls for one thing, and that is luminol testing fluid. Luminol? Blood is sticky stuff, you know. You can't just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there. But didn't the police have already done those tests? Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. Just give it a try. Me? Why do I have to do it? I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet. We're testing blood stains with this stuff, not drinking it. Is there a problem, Phil? Here, look, I'll lend you these glasses. Huh? You had an extra pair of those things? To test for a blood reaction, just spray luminol on it. Like this, see? Press the X button to spray it on. Okay, let's find us some blood stains. Oh, this is actually really cool. girl always makes me think of Zero Escape. I can see her eyes shining behind those glasses. So this is a bloodstain? It's so... Emma, you're shaking. It's just... This is my first time seeing real blood. Scientific investigation in action. Okay, well, we definitely know that this is a bloodstain, but doesn't something strike you as odd? Specifically speaking, scientifically speaking, of course. What's odd about this scientific? The perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought, right? Don't you think there'd be a little more blood? I definitely think so. I mean, look at all the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe! I can't wait until they explain Schrodinger's cat. Yes, if it truly is Zero Escape. We'll also get the Monty Hall problem. It is pretty strange. If they fought here, there'd have to have been more blood than this. Hey, Mr. Wright. I'm gonna mark up the floor plans when we find a bloodstain, okay? See, I'm pretty handy to have around, right? Yeah, and this stuff's pretty handy too. Saved up my allowance to buy that. We can't be sure that the police will reveal all the evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case. Then let's drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day. Yeah. Feels like we're really investigating a crime now, doesn't it? Guess I should give this a spray on anything suspicious. Ah! Oh! Spray her! I know how that fluid of yours would react to a nice... I wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli box. Miss Star? You only trust your own eyes. Not bad, you two. This day-old deli box is on the house. Sorry, it's just that kind of lead-in doesn't really get my mouth watering. You certainly put me in a tight spot today. My apologies, Miss Star, but no, it's okay. It was my fault. Oh, we know. I witnessed everything from that security room right there, but I was afraid that wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see. I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry. Sorry? You lied on the witness stand. That's unforgivable. Thank you. Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place I witnessed the events from was different, I still saw what I saw. I saw Chief Prosecutor Sky stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. I swear it on my honor as a detective. She stabbed Goodman. I know this photograph has something important to tell us, but what? So, you were a detective, weren't you, Miss Star? Yes, it was a long time ago. Well, 2 years ago. No matter how hardened the criminal, when they faced me, they coughed it up. They confessed. They babbled like babies. You know. I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel too. I wouldn't doubt it. Every day I dragged the dirt out of the mouths. Suspect after suspect. And before long, they called me the cough-up queen. Oh, and here I thought someone had gotten food poisoning from your lunches. And you were let go? Fired? It's all because of that case. The SL9 incident. Here we go. Here we go. SL9? Wait, does she mean... Jesus. this. Alright, I'm presenting it. Go. What do you think about this? The SL9 incident. It's written on that knife. And on that note. Goodman was the head detective on the case, you know. Really? That knife was evidence from this case. The murder weapon. It was due for transferal the very day Goodman was killed. As I suspected, SL9 isn't over. Not yet. Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident? Apparently not. Oh, she's gonna repeat the whole thing. Okay, do I have anything else to present her? I had one of those up until 2 years ago. Back when you were the cough-up queen, right? We found this ID card in this parking lot. Well, there's no mistaking that, it's definitely Goodman's. But it's the same ID as the man who was killed at the police department. That's impossible. Body double! I wish I could be so sure. Okay. So she's gonna do that every time I bring up something that's irrelevant. Got it! Oh, show her the luminol. Did you take a look at this? Oh, no. Sorry! Sorry. Aw. If you think about it, I could have taken that picture from the guard room. But even I get flustered sometimes. So you went straight to the scene of the crime. I rushed towards the chain link fence in an effort to stop the murder. That's when I took this photo, yes. In other words, 5 minutes after the crime. Those 5 minutes are the whole problem. The hole in my testimony, as it were. The 5 minutes weren't the problem, Miss Star. You lying was the problem. Listen, little girl. I've had my testimony disregarded before, and I wasn't going to have it disregarded again. Just like me that time. That time? Okay, can you talk about the incident now? Thank you. That incident really opened up my eyes to the truth. We're nothing to them. Disposable. Disposable to who? 2 years ago, it was the biggest case I'd ever handled. Okay. The gang's all here. There's Goodman and the cowboy guy and her. Cough up Camilla. The police and the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence. So didn't they solve it? On the contrary, it was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed. Executed. Yes, the criminal got what was coming to him. It doesn't get any cleaner than that. The only problem was they never did find decisive evidence, not a shred. What? But the criminal was executed, right? On the basis of evidence, of a sort. Made up evidence. What? You mean they executed someone with fabricated evidence? The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved with the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen. Others found themselves out of a job. And you were one of those? A skilled murderer that left zero evidence. Myself and one other person you know well. Was it a locked room mystery? Wait, could it be? Exactly. Detective Jake Marshall. Right! But he's a patrolman! Oops, I mean Police Department Security Detail Officer Jake Marshall. As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. Jake was particularly determined. And then it was over. And he got demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten, and neither have I. You haven't forgotten SL9? There was another side to the case, a hidden side. That's what we're after now. And no one up in their fancy offices can stop us. Wait, those lunches you sell. There is only one reason I come to sell lunches in this accursed office. I come here to meet old friends. Boyfriends can help me investigate. Star's old boyfriends. How many does she have anyway? Just when all the detectives on SL9 have disappeared, we find new evidence. There has to be a connection. So, rookie, what? It seems like you're serious about investigating the case. Yes. Then you should take this. A Salisbury steak lunch? I know a certain guy who might help you if you tempt him with this treat. Oh. The OSTs for Ace Attorney slap so hard. Yeah, this game has a great soundtrack. Miss Star, Officer Marshall, is he your, are you going out? Why do you want to know? I was just wondering what happened to him. A long time ago, when he was helping my sister do cases, he was so nice. He got along so well with my sister, it made me jealous. And he was nice to me back then, too. This would be when Officer Marshall was a detective. But now he's so cold. Jake and I are merely cooperating on this investigation. We're putting the past to rest, as it were. Nothing more than that. I see. Thank you. Officer Jake Marshall. Okay. Can we visit Lana? Looks like Miss Sky isn't questioning. I hope the detectives aren't yelling at her. How'd you kill him in two places at the same time? Can you imagine? She's supposed to answer that. Wait a second. Didn't Mr. Gant say they'd arrested a suspect in the police department murder? Did... Everyone looks deadly serious. There was a vicious murder of a detective down at the police department. Yes, the same detective was also killed at the same time in the prosecutor's lot. Makes my head hurt. Well, first things first, let's go check out the police department crime scene. Yes, you sound dead set on investigating. Don't mess up, or we could wind up dead. I doubt anyone wants more mysteries or dead bodies around here right now. But it doesn't look like anyone's going to help much either. It's even busier here today than it was yesterday. The detectives are running around so fast they're blurring. I suppose it makes sense, a detective did get killed here after all. So the evidence room, the scene of the crime. According to the pamphlet we got at the front desk, here it is. It's like a kid in an amusement park. Oh, a real crime scene. Let's go take a look. Bring the loot doll. Okay, Marshall's room? What's with the decor of this place? It's very eccentric. According to the pamphlet, this is the guard station for the evidence room. So beyond that door is the evidence room, the scene of the crime. Sure seems that way. Oh. What's wrong? It's those cacti! They're so prickly, so imposing. It's hard to think straight. If you can't handle the cacti, stay out of the desert. What I want to know is, if this is a guard station, where's the guard? I have a feeling I already know who he is already. Yipes, these sure are prickly. They must be the real deal. I think just one big one would be sufficient. These cacti are a lot like my sister, actually. How so? Encased in a frigid shell, with spines pointing in every direction, just like her. I'm not so sure I see the resemblance. It's more of an attitude thing than a physical similarity. Okay, so, the evidence room is beyond that door. Let's just walk in! It won't open. You thought it'd open? I think we need to get someone's permission to go in there first. Looks like there's a video feed from the evidence room. There's a blinking light below the monitor. It says recording. I bet we could use this computer to check on who went in and out of here. There's a security guard uniform hanging here. It looks more like a costume than a uniform, honestly. Leather jacket, leather pants, leather... What was it called again? A punchy? Paunchy? Pinchy? I know, a poochie! Maybe that wasn't it. It's a poncho, but I think I'll keep that information to myself for the time being. Okay... Look on the floor! A lasso! Looks like it's set up to trap something. Trap here? Wait, I know. Maybe someone was trying to catch a wild bull in here. The lasso missed. You sure have an active imagination. This swinging door makes the place look like some kind of saloon. But look, it's nailed shut. You can't get in that way. Of course not. If you went through here, the cactus would fall over. Ouch! I'd say it'd be more of a yeah myself. Okay, so... It is flavor text galore in here. But I think we are free to move. This place is charged with frantic energy as always. Please! Huh? Wasn't that... One steak lunch, please! Oh, it's you. Detective Gumshoe. Now's no time for chit-chat, pal. I'm a busy man. What I really need is a steak lunch from Lunchland. Oh, you mean one of these? Actually, it's not for sale. I think I just heard the sound of his heart breaking. Now's no time for despair. Caught our criminal. Now we just need to find evidence. Criminal, you mean? You heard about the stabbing in the police department evidence room, right, pal? Sure did. It's the biggest scandal to hit the station in ages. Everything's topsy-turvy. But Detective Gumshoe, who was it? Listen, pal, all I know is I need me a steak lunch pronto. Standing around here talking isn't gonna fill my belly. Wait! Don't leave! Want no more? Head on down to the detention center, pal. Questioning should be over, so I figure he's down there having a good cry. Later. Okay, it's totally gonna be Detective Marshall. He ran off to the evidence room. Well, this investigation is off to a running start. Still, I do feel better about things, a little. I mean, they caught the person who stabbed Detective Goodman, didn't they? Yeah, I guess they did. Best to not go too far down that road right now. Things will just get confusing. What was that? Sir, that's what I'm saying. Me, a perpetrator? I'd say I was the perpetrated against, sir. That's what I'd say. Oh! Hi! Greetings, sir! Wait, I know who you are. Excuse me! Right. Officer Meekins! So you're a guard here at the detention center? No, sir. I'm not, sir. I'm a little lost patrolman. Like a little lost lamb, sir. Let's convict Meekins and get this over with. Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report? No, sir. How should I say this? Wait, he isn't. Is he? You, Officer Meekins, you didn't, did you? Perpetrator Officer Meekins reporting, sir. What? What? Now, this is an unexpected turn of events. Sir, I'm a patrolman with General Affairs, sir. Sir! Ow. I can hear you fine, Officer Meekins. I had some business that day, sir, and so I went to the evidence room, sir. The guard station in front of the room was empty, sir. So normally there's a guard at the evidence room. That's right, sir, because evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir. Now, the security officer was none other than Officer Marshall. Yeah, his megaphone is really loud. Marshall? Then, sir, I happened to glance at the security room monitor. That's when I saw him, sir. A suspicious person in the evidence room. A suspicious person, sir. Suspicious person. Yow! What the heck is this guy doing? So, what happened then? Why does he have a bandaged hand, just like, Lana did? After that, sir, everything went white. I saw red, blacked out, and when I came to, I was here, at the detention center. How long were you out? Days? Might I ask, what happened to your hand? Sir, there was no one to bandage me, sir, so I did what I could to wrap it up, sir. Bandage on his hand, just like Miss Sky. Yet another similarity between this case and the one at the prosecutor's office. First things first, tell us how you hurt your hand. I don't mean to pry, but you are the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right? Sir, please don't look at me with those sad puppy dog eyes, sir. If you have to label me as perpetrator or victim, sir, then label me victim. I would, but you happen to be in detention and alive and well at that. Ah, yes, well, that's true, sir. I suppose you could say that. Did you know the victim, Detective Goodman? Well, sir, if I had to label him a stranger or total stranger, then I'd say he leans heavily on the total stranger side. So you didn't know him. Sir, I work in a tiny department devoid of light and other creature comforts. I don't know any detectives. So, if he was a total stranger, why'd you stab him? Sir, I had no intention of killing him, sir. None. Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir. At least someone around here is more confused than I am. About your hand. Did that happen during the course of the crime? Well, you see, sir, don't you think you should just confess? But sir, but there was nothing I could do. Nothing you could do? Sir, to tell you the truth, sir, when it happened, when the detective pointed that knife at me, I just hollered, sir. And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious. Next thing you knew, you were... Huh? Then, when I opened my eyes, I was alone in the evidence room, sir. All alone. Alone, because Detective Goodman had disappeared. What? Then, when I looked down, I was gushing blood from my hand, sir. Oh, the shock. Oh, the sorrow, sir. Can you imagine how I felt? The victim's body disappeared? That's some story. That is outrageous. Do you recognize the knife? I'm scared of knives, sir! It's okay, that's it, sir! Last night, sir, that's the one! I was an apple, sir, in my dream, sir, and I was being peeled! On second thought, you don't have to look at the knife. He's overreacting to the knife, but I guess he's been through a lot. I thought maybe if I showed him the luminol, I could spray him with it. Do you think you could take a look at this? Hey! That's it, sir! That's it! That's it! That's what? My head was a blank until this very moment, but sir, now I remember, sir! You mean you remember what happened? Correct! That card that was the cause of it all! This ID card? Exactly, sir, that's exactly it! Nothing could be more exact, sir, nothing! I'd better pry into this a little deeper. Can you tell me what it is you do remember? Well, sir, you might say I'm a little lost patrolman. A lost little lamb, if you will. I didn't know Mr. Detective Goodman, who was in the evidence room. That's why you thought he looked suspicious. Also, in all these pictures of Goodman, you can't see his face, so that's definitely gonna come up. Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to show me his ID card. Well, that sounds pretty much by the book so far. That's right, sir. That's what I've been trying to tell you. So, you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing. Suddenly he pointed a knife at me. What? Sir, I assure you I was as flustered as you are right now. So I whooped and leapt at him. Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him. Do unto others before they do unto you. My own father's words, sir. What happened then? Well, my eyes, sir, everything went white. When I awoke, I was here. Right. So, Officer Meekins, why is it that they arrested you? What do you mean, Emma? Let's look at what we know. Now, Officer Meekins didn't know Detective Goodman, and the victim he met at the scene of the crime didn't show his ID card. In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim. And if this body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died. That's it, sir, that's what I wanted to say. That is, I did say something along those lines. Huh? But you still ended up here. They told me that it had to be him, sir. On that day, at that time, Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said. But you don't remember the events clearly? No. But the videotape is quite clear. Oh. Well, did they get you on camera? Huh? Videotape? From the security camera. The crime, my crime, the crime I swore to stamp out. It's there, it's me, it's on tape. You waited until now to tell us this? Sorry, really sorry, sir. I'll hand over my badge. I don't deserve it. No thanks, I have my own. Well, guess we'd better go check out the crime scene. Can you show us the video? Alright, I'm going back. Thank goodness I don't have to voice that guy anymore. Hey, Mr. Wright, look who's standing at the Chief of Detectives office. It's Police Chief Gant. And you're sure this is all, hmm? You know what it means if there is anything missing. Sir, I'm sure it's most likely totally perfect. He checked all of his drawers, lockers, garbage cans, bags, coat pockets, under the seat cushion, behind his computer monitor, inside personal coffee machine. I see. Well, if anything does turn up, you call me right away, deal? Yes, sir. We'll scour the place again, sir. The chief of detectives looks a little flustered. Ah, Righto, my boy. How you been? Swim much? Oh ho ho, Chief Grant. Reporting for duty, sir. Why are you saluting him, Mr. Wright? Is Edgeworth going to be okay? Oh, Worthy? Oh, you know, they're doing a little inquiry committee with him. Sounds like an inquisition. Yep, well, they've had no end of trouble with the boy since last year. You mean the incident on Port Lake? Doesn't look good having a top prosecutor sit in the defendant's seat, does it? And you got someone else found guilty in that case, right, Righto? On karma. A legend he was, undefeated in his 40-year career. But in court, you fixed it so he was caught for forging evidence. Wait, I didn't do anything wrong. He did forge evidence. In any case, the prosecutor's office is in a bit of turmoil, you might say. Why, they do just about anything to restore their reputation. Now, depending on what the inquiry committee decides, it could be bad for Worthy. What? It's downright odd, I tell ya. The detective getting killed on their turf too, I mean. There being the prosecutors, I assume. Scientifically speaking, it's impossible. Yes, but that's what the evidence is saying. Goodman was stabbed in 2 locations at the same time. That's what it says. What evidence is this? Now, Righto, I can't give away all our secrets just like that. And this in particular, well, it's a little sensitive, and I can't talk about it. Wasn't expecting much anyway. You know, one thing I hate most of all is hiding stuff. Secrets. Can't stand them. But you know, it's a full-time job just keeping the chief of detectives trap shut. Ah, he was the one you were picking on earlier. Huh? You saw that? Whoops. I wonder what it was that he wanted the chief of detectives to do. Let's see if we can kind of discreetly ask him. Okay. So that's what he says when it's irrelevant. Should I present the blue badger to him? Do you look at this? This? No, he doesn't. Wow, okay, he does not care about any of this stuff. Oh, okay. So, alright. It seems we can't really present anything to him. Are you in to see that? What exactly did the chief of police want you to do? See over there? That's Goodman's desk. He wanted me to check it out for anything that might be a clue. They took away every last piece of garbage in this trash can. So nothing belonging to Detective Goodman is still here? Of course not. Well, except for this. What? You kept something? Sure, why not? It's not even important. He didn't even finish writing it. It's a lost item report, but it's only half complete. Lost item? Did Detective Goodman lose something? Date on this is February 21. Better make a note of that just in case. Oh, Goodman's lost item report. A half-written document dated 2/21 can only be submitted to the chief of police. Well, hold on. Well, what is it? ID 5 and then a scribbled out 9? What is this? Okay, so what if I present that to him, eh? Wow, he actually just doesn't give a fuck. Alright, I'm gonna leave. Goodbye. Okay. Maybe I need to go back to the parking lots? Yeah, okay. I just wanted to confirm that, Cowboy guy's not here. I wonder where they want me to go then. Oh, the High Prosecutor's Office? We actually haven't been here yet. Well, this place is as classy today as it was yesterday, and I'm sure it'll still be just as classy tomorrow, Emma. Incidentally, Edgeworth's not here. I'm sure he's off doing important investigations. I hope that's what he's doing. I guess we'll have to come back. Okay. So... Okay. Must be one of the detectives. His mom looks at me to himself. Okay. Well, great. Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you a favor. Well, I never thought the day would come when Wright asked me for help. I was wondering if we could investigate the evidence room. Oh, he doesn't like that. Now, Righto. Actually, I'm sorry. I don't need to investigate after all. Righto, please. Do I look like a selfish man? Huh? Heck, if anyone asked me, sir, can I borrow $50? I'd give them $50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's content. Knock yourself out. It just goes to show, you never know until you ask. And for you here, you can borrow this. Huh? Hey, this is a detective's ID card, isn't it? That's a special card for guests, so don't lose it. Yes, sir, it's an honor. You just run along and do your best now. Later, folks. It looks pretty cool on my lapel, doesn't it? Just think, a real ID. You seem happy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, we get to go into the evidence room now, sir. I think this place is a bad influence on this girl. Okay. Let's go. Hey, Chancellor. We have the ID card from Chief Gant. Let's just walk in. It won't open. Aha! The card reader is turned off, see? What is that security guard thinking? Howdy, partners. Well, well, what's made my Bambina's sky so gray? Here we go with this guy. Officer Marshall, why does it have to be him? What's that? Why does it have to be him look for? As you may have surmised, this here's my saloon. We're here to investigate the crime scene. Yeehaw, that card you got there on your chest. That's better than a sheriff's badge in these parts. Yeehaw? Well, what you standing there for? Get along, little doggies. The crime scene's waiting. Looks like the card reader's on again. While we're here, I was wondering if we could ask you some questions. Sorry, cowboy, but I got no mind to tangle with you hombres. You're busy then? Did I say that? I only said I didn't wish to speak with you. Actually, you said you had no mind to tangle with us hombres. Well, I'll give you the steak lunch, so here you go. That smell, that reminds me of Texas. So, Officer Marshall, you're from Texas? No, I just saw a special on television the other day. Is this from my baby? Yeah, Miss Star. What's this? What's wrong? A filet steak lunch. I see. I see. I don't see. I wonder what it means. Alright, Bambina, you win. Ask anything. Finally, it seems like he's willing to talk. Officer Marshall, you're in charge of security for the evidence room, right? Got good eyes, partner. It's an easy job, and I'm grateful for it. Actually, Officer Meekins at the detention center told us. Ah, that poor little doggy. Poor guy. I keep getting his name wrong and calling him Meekly. He told us something. He said that when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station. Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this, but since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago, well, it might not look it, but I lost my fire for the job, you know? So, what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place? Well, I reckon I was galloping down the highway on the back of my steed Zippy. Note, he was riding down the highway on his horse named Zippy. There's no need for people here anyhow. These newfangled machines do a bang-up job of keeping an eye on the place. You mean the security camera system? I don't take to machines much. Kinda like that stewed broccoli they sneak in next to your steak, you know? Miss Starr told us something. She said that you were a detective until 2 years ago. It's always my dream to be a rawhide wrangler on the scene of the crime. That's all gone now. Like a drinking hole in a prairie fire. You're still investigating the SL9 incident with Miss Starr, aren't you? That was my case. It's all solved on the record books, but it smells like a bad game of poker. Can't let it go. That's all there is to it. What kind of case was it anyway? We've heard the name so many times, but no one tells us what actually happened. There's some things you're better off not knowing, Bambina. Anyway, the case is officially dead as of 2 days ago. 2 days ago? The day of our case? That's right. Evidence transferals. Edgeworth was talking about transferals too. I know what maybe 2 of machines in here do. Only 2 of them? There must be a dozen! Like I said, Bambina, me and machines, well, I like them about as much as I like stewed cauliflower with my steaks. The easiest ones to understand here are the security cameras. Those are the ones that Officer Meekins mentioned. If nothing happens, the tapes are automatically erased every few hours. And Officer Meekins and Detective Goodman, are they on one of those tapes? I reckon they might be. The security guard, and you reckon? One more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card. Thus, the card reader by the door. Card reader leaves a record of every ID that goes through. Oh! So this is the ID card record. 77777, I see you. Where the heck is Sleep. Okay, so we see the ID number for sure of... Goodman. Hey, I've seen that somewhere before. Sorry, Bambina, I can't show you more than that. Huh? I haven't heard whether this is related to the case yet. Mr. Wright, I saw a number on the record just now. I've seen the number before. Maybe there's some way I can prove that record is tied to the stabbing. Yeah, let me present to you the greatest magic. See this? This is the victim's ID card. Ah, the one that was on the ground in the parking lot. The number on this is 5842189. Sir Marshall, show us the ID card record again. Look at the fourth number, it's a perfect match. It was used at 5:14, right before the stabbing. So... interesting. I wonder who the 4989 is, because they went... It scanned twice. Does that mean they went in and went out? Or they went in and went back in? What's more, there's only one of them cards in the world. So, when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room. But wait, what did Officer Meekins say? Entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his ID card. Yeah, I had kind of assumed that this one didn't have the ID card because it was on the other him that was in the parking garage. So how is it scanned in at 5:14? That's crazy. He had his ID card then. Why would he have pointed a knife at Officer Meekins? Alright, compadre, you win. I guess I can give you this ID card report. Got an idea. Maybe I should show this list to other people with IDs here. Okay. Meekins is definitely one of them. Show him your badge. Also, hi twice. Okay, so that was uneventful. Okay, we have to talk to him more. Sorry, but could you explain what this whole transferal thing is about? We keep only evidence from solved cases in this room. They're kept here under this presiding detective's supervision for 2 years. So we can reinvestigate them if it turns out there was a mistake, see? So what happens to the what happens to the evidence after 2 years? It goes to sleep forever in the underground vault at the County Sheriff's Department. That's what we call transfer. We do it every February. See. Transferal is like a funeral for old cases. 2 years after a case is solved, it's closed forever. Dead. Never to be reopened again. Never to be reinvestigated. And that happened to SL9 2 days ago. Okay, I can't present the list to him, can I? Yeah, he's saying that random shit again. Okay, so we need to go and talk to people. Oh, let's go in the evidence room. It's quiet. The investigation must be over. So this is the evidence room. It really is kind of like a graveyard. Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue. Nice try, Mr. Wright. You can't scare me. Whoa! Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts on the head, pal. So is it true what I heard? Yeah, it's true. So Chief of Police Gant will loan anyone 50 bucks? Even me? Oh, so that's what you were talking about. Actually, I was put in charge of the investigation for today. Just for today? Boss for a day. Guess what? You got permission from the chief. So now you're boss for a day. Gee, thanks. First of all, you'll want to have this. Okay. What did you just give me? Not the most helpful, of diagrams. So Detective Gumshoe, you're boss for the day? That's right, it's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here, in the police department. But if you're the boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings? They're using yesterday's findings to prepare for tomorrow's trial. In other words, you got kicked out of the investigation again. I'm adamant, though. I'm going to take control and put this case to rest. In my own evidence locker, pal. You have a locker in here too, Detective Gumshoe? Ah, of course. I'm a detective after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open, pal. Only you can open? Always believe in Mr. Edgeworth, no matter what happens. So, Mr. Edgeworth is with the inquiry committee now, right? They're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess in court today. Mess up, even. See. I guess this is what you call fate. Mr. Edgeworth can't get away from the case. Case? Yeah, that case. The SL9 incident, of course. That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth. Maybe we can get him to tell us more about the case. This place is more high-tech than you might think. Every locker is fixed so that only one detective can open it. Using their ID card? Well, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. Why, I'm on my 3rd ID card since entering the force already. Sounds like a lot. Yeah, but even I can't lose my own right hand. Right hand? Oh, you mean your fingerprint? Exactly, pal. The lock for each locker is coded with a fingerprint. So the only locker we can open is our own. Well, there's a lot to look at here. Funny, they look like normal lockers. These are the latest models. There's a trick to the handles, see? Handles? On the other side of the handles is a sensor, and if the wrong person touches it, zap, you get a shock. That's what happened, my hand would be black and smoking every day. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are some people on the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. Oh. Only the assigned detective's prints can unlock it. Indicator lamp lights up when it's open. Okay, I have so much evidence. Could you take a look at this? This is the ID card report of people who came in here on the day of the stabbing. Ah, I heard the rumors. So it was Goodman who came in here at the time of the murder. Whoa! What is it? That second number! It's not your ID, is it, Detective Gumshoe? Mr. Edgeworth! What? The second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth. What? Oh my god, not Edgeworth being sus again. Why would Edgeworth have come to the evidence room? Detective Goodman's note and that switchblade knife. I bet Edgeworth was the most surprised of anyone because of the SL9 connection. That was Mr. Edgeworth's first big case, you know, 2 years ago. That was the first time the world knew Edgeworth was a man to be feared. But why would evidence from that case turn up now? I guess it's not over, pal. Maybe there was some loose ends left on that case. Now that was a bloody violent case. Violent, so it was a murder? Serial killing! Serial killing? Maybe I don't want to get involved in this after all. But the killer made a mistake and Mr. Edgeworth built his case around that to nab him. And this was 2 years ago. That put Mr. Edgeworth right in the spotlight and started the rumor mill. Rumors about forged evidence? It was supposed to be all cleaned up with the transferal the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is. Huh? What do you mean? A serial killer that didn't have a shred of evidence? Detective Goodman. Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of this SL9 incident, see? So that switchblade knife. The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself. Okay, so I don't think we have anything else to show him. I want to look around this room. Like, is this a car door? Wow, look at this big pile of junk in the corner. Looks like a car door. There's a pair of handcuffs attached to the frame. Maybe the guy they caught was some sort of escape artist and he got away. Hey, that's one of those human profiles for range testing. He's been shot square in the forehead. Better him than us. There's something sticking out of here. Looks like a shirt. I guess it must be evidence for some case. I wonder if Detective Gumshoe put this here. There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of slob. I'm not responsible for the evidence here. That said, I bet that evidence locker was open recently. How do you know? Leave things hanging out like that, the evidence gets dirty or ripped. The guard checks on that kind of stuff and notifies the detective responsible. How many times have I had him breathing down my neck about some silly evidence? Sounds like Detective Gumshoe leaves evidence hanging out a lot too. I bet he doesn't tuck in his shirt under that trench coat either. So you're gonna talk behind someone's back. If you're gonna do that, don't do it right in front of them, pal. This place is stuffed with evidence, stuffed with dreams. I'm not so sure about dreams. It won't open. Did you really think it would? Hey pal, our security is high-tech around here. Some sort of bulky equipment is gathered dust here. What a sorry-looking fishing pole that is. Ah, that's my personal pole. I never did get around to using it. Wait, I've seen this somewhere before. Right, pal, that's the metal detector. The one that led to the solving of the case on Gourd Lake, remember? Oh, right. Wow, that feels like it was ages ago. And I don't think I've seen this one before. That's a bug sweeper. I'm sure it will come in handy in solving some case sooner or later. Cheap-looking box? You can't judge a person or a machine by their cover. You gotta look at the heart. Okay. So what am I looking at here?
I'm gonna do it!
What is a saw and paint doing here? Since the dawn of time, true art has always been a war against oppression. Art? I noticed that there's blue and yellow paint here. Perhaps we're witnessing the birthplace of the Blue Badger? Well, might say this is my studio. Here, in the evidence room? Okay. Someone left a glove here, but only one. Detective Gumshoe, maybe? There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of absent-minded detective. That's evidence from the case, you know. I mean, SL9, it does have a tag on it. Interesting. Whoa, someone must have broken something big to make all these pieces. Detective Gumshoe, perhaps? Oh, there you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of hooligan. Apparently, it's from the case. The case? The SL9 incident, pal. See the sticker on one of the pieces there. Another piece of SL9 evidence. I wonder what shape these pieces were in before whatever it was broke. You want to try and put it back together? Ah, good luck, pal. That's no job for amateurs. I spent a good 3 hours on that before I had to give up. That's why I always carry around a tube of glue. Well, this piece looks like the bottom. Let's try putting the rest in place. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so we need something like jagged. Maybe this? No, that's the top. That's also part of the top. Aha! Okay. Something with like a long... It really is not that? At least it's not Surprise Toho, indeed. Okay. Now we need... Okay. Oh, it's gotta be this. That. Okay. Oh. Huh? Well, I think we did it, but some of the pieces are missing. Yeah, I got that far in my 2 minutes myself. The problem is finishing it. Were some pieces stolen? I bet they were missing to begin with. Still, doesn't look like the most kind of... doesn't look like the most stable kind of jar. I kind of understand how it got broken. Well, that was interesting and unexpected. Oh. What's this? Blood. It's a little worn, but there's definitely a handprint here. Looks like someone tried to wipe it off. Mr. Wright, what if there are other bloodstains left in the room? We should use her testing fluid to check it out.
Oh my god!
Okay. Look, this one's open, and the red indicator light above the door is lit. That locker is coated with Detective Goodman's fingerprint. Detective Goodman's fingerprint. Locker even. Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like that? Well, it'd be hard to get it open again if we closed it. It's empty. They must have taken the contents somewhere. Okay. So we want to use the luminol. I like this. This is satisfying. Why is there only a fingerprint, though? That must have been on the massive... That must have been one massive pool of blood. Never seen anything like it. I'm not a professional. What's your opinion, detective? Pale blue blood. Maybe Detective Goodman is actually an alien. This proves that something really happened in front of this locker. I'll make a note of it on the floor plans. Hey, didn't want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked. Oh. Why am I getting a reaction here? There's no reason for the murderer to touch this spot if he fled out the door. This just might be something significant. Hey, it's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal. It's called luminol testing fluid. I don't know. Where'd you get your hands on that? Huh? I'd like to get some too. I'll just borrow 50 bucks from the chief. Where did you get this, Emma? I always buy it by mail order. Well, I'd better jot this down on my floor plans. It all up is what I'm gonna do. Okay. I knew it! This is someone's right handprint. What? What's the matter, detective? This locker, it's mine! It's yours? Please, you have to help me. When they come to take me away, promise you'll testify that I wouldn't harm a fly. Mail order from Herlock Sholmes Tools. We do miss him. You'll do that for me, won't you, pals? This is an important clue. I'll jot it down on the floor plans. Also, they said right hand, and it was their left hand that was bandaged, so that's good. Was there something you needed to be going to? It's just that Mr. Edgeworth's inquiry committee should be letting out soon. What is that? I'm gonna try and give them my report for the day. Miss Payne? I don't think I know Payne. Report? You mean the note written on the back of that flyer? The one that says nothing but no problems? Hey, it's Mr. Edgeworth we're talking about. I'm sure he can use a report like this. I believe in him. Oh, that's right, that's right. Payne was the prosecutor, yeah. Relative of Ouchie from Great Ace Attorney. I'm off, pal, later. Should probably see what Edgeworth has to say, too. Okay. Well, that was interesting. Okay. Oh! Hold on. I think it's... I see that fingerprint on you, Blue Badger. I see it. Damn. Sad. Okay. Detention center. Verify your ID card number for me. Huh? Oh, no, don't make it with...
28 stab wounds.
Meekins, could you look at this? I'm sorry, sir, but I don't know what that is. He has to have an ID card, right? Ugh. Oh! He's back! Ah, guests, my apologies. Oh, it's you! Have we met somewhere? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave. So long! Is Edgeworth here? There, standing by the window, a teacup in his hand. Right. He has the hotel bring him tea service?
It's tea time!
Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the district prosecutor's office inquiry? I am. By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you. Yes, he brought me the latest information, it seems. Really? Was it helpful? Apparently, a new French restaurant is opening near here. I think he was trying to console me, somehow. The real info is on the other side, Edgeworth. Poor Mr. Edgeworth, I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him. So, how did the inquiry committee go? Actually, they decided to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation. Concealing evidence? Yes, apparently there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time. Again. Again? I've heard them say that so many times, ever since that case 2 years ago. Are you okay for the trial tomorrow? Well, I'm still the presiding prosecuting attorney. However, something happened. They gave control of the investigation over to the police department. The police department? Yes, any further investigation for this case will be directed by Chief of Police Gant. I can do nothing but wait for his results. See. Why, I ask you, why? All along, I've only done what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still, I've never seen him this out of sorts. Okay. And you look at... Oh my god, I have so much evidence. Right, I'd better check this now. As I was saying, Was this a record of ID card usage? Edgeworth, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less. Yes, that's true. Hi, Mr. Edgeworth. Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go by Chief Gantnitz. The Chief of Police? He wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. He told me he wanted to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. But it was solved, right? It would have to be in the evidence. It would have to be if the evidence was already filed. The evidence is never... The chief is never one to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. Can I ask what kind of case it was? I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the current case. Now I'm curious about this other case. I better take note of it. Screwdriver. Stubborn as always, I told you this has nothing to do with the current case. Alright, I know, sorry. Sorry, boop boop, boop boop, boop boop, boop boop, boop boop. AI-16 is the case. Yowie hands. Tag says AI-16. What's this got to do with anything? Nothing apparently. At least that's what Edward said. Makes it seem more suspicious. Who knows? This might turn out to be the clue that breaks the case. Wouldn't that be nice? Well, I wouldn't be surprised either. Yeah, he doesn't like that. Sorry. Okay. I mean, it's not a good idea to show him evidence anyways, because we're against him in court tomorrow, so like... Is this really all that we were supposed to do? That doesn't seem right. Yeah, I'm kind of at a loss here. We've had case 6 straighter than what happens with... alright, he's not... He is really against all this stuff that I'm showing him, so we might have to just... Wait. Fuck! Okay, wait. He's reacting to the knife. You were the man who revived the worst memory of my life. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later. Must be talking about the father murder case in the elevator. Hey, Edgeworth, why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. The SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of the investigation was the deputy chief of police at the time, Damon Grant. Gant, even. That wacky old coot was involved in the case 2 years ago then, too. He's looking kind of suspicious now, isn't he? He was a top officer, and it was my first time working. I was nervous. Wow, you get nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth? What I want to know is why was a deputy chief of police on the investigation? In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict, and the killer was executed. Wait, we didn't? Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code, and I follow it faithfully. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something. My sister? What? If you were still studying forensic science. Huh? Yes, of course! Why, just today, Mr. Wright and I were using this. Luminol testing fluid. Well then, you might have a use for this. Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints? It's been chemically treated for better adhesion. For me? Are you sure? We are the enemy, you know. I've no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. Edgeworth, I'm really... No need to thank me. Here, take your powder and these fingerprint files for everyone involved. Thanks. How about giving these to Detective Gumshoe as well? Well, let's get going. One last investigation. Right. I do seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere. On the blue badger! Okay. Okay. Got it. All right. So we are gonna get into we're gonna start the next session with fingerprinting the blue badger. And if that doesn't work, then we'll go back inside the evidence room. But we are 3 minutes from my cutoff time, guys, so I am gonna get the heck out of here. But thank you guys for watching. I will be back with stream sometime, probably 2 days in the next week. So that'll be Cold Steel Days. We'll do more Ace Attorney next weekend in the evenings. Don't miss it. Everybody have a good night, and I'll see you guys next time.